Honorable Dr. Rogers Rugeyamu, Dr. Kenneth Mdhoa, guest speaker from Tanzania Education Authority. Discussants, Dr. Ombeni Mde from University of Dodoma, and Dr. Joel Songela from LGTI. Professor Pius Yanda, I know he's on his way, from UDSM, and Dr. Ladislaus from TMA, special invited guests. Directors, heads of departments, LGTI staff, LGTI alumni, members of the media, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you all. It is an immense honor to address you today at the 16th convocation ceremony of the Local Government Training Institute. Let me, at the very outset, join my colleagues who have spoken before me by extending my sincere gratitude to God, the Almighty, for making this momentous occasion possible and indeed providing generously for us all in terms of soundness of minds and bodies. I am delighted to celebrate the achievements of the graduating students, alumni, and the entire LGTI community. Your dedication and hard work in pursuing academic excellence are truly commendable. Ladies and gentlemen, I commend the President's as well as the Rector's welcome address for the insightfulness, clarity, and dexterity. They eloquently demonstrated LGTI's unwavering commitment to its mandate and its responsiveness to the evolving needs of Tanzania. The Institute's efforts in building the capacity for newly elected village leaders are particularly noteworthy and significantly contribute to the national development. Dr. Mashala, thank you very much for the congratulations you have given to us, and we are happy that elections have passed through comfortably, and we are still peaceful and happy. I pledge my unwavering support to ensure all local government authorities utilize this valuable opportunity. For indeed, at the cell level, governance is better practiced and empowered on the people of Tanzania, as the Constitution requires that all powers of the land must be derived from the people. Ladies and gentlemen, I express my profound gratitude to the management and the entire LGTI community for their tireless efforts in establishing this institution as a center of excellence, supporting LGAs in achieving their service delivery goals, and this is a significant responsibility, and I applaud your commitment, and please maintain these high standards. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme of this convocation, Clean Energy Adoption for Local Development, Challenges and the Future Prospects, is exceptionally pertinent. The world is grappling with the far-reaching consequences of global warming and the alarming increase in greenhouse gas emissions. Rising global temperatures and extreme weather events underscore the urgent need for a global shift towards clean energy solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, the adoption of clean energy is not merely a global imperative, but also a vital necessity. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, SDG number 7, emphasizes access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy for all. While significant progress has been made, challenges still persist, particularly in under-sourced nations, where a large portion of the population relies on unsustainable energy sources. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tanzania government, under the visionary leadership of Her Excellency, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, the President of the Republic of Tanzania, has made significant strides in promoting clean energy adoption. The ambitious goal of ensuring 80% of Tanzanians utilize clean cooking solutions by 2030, as outlined in the National Clean Energy Cooking, is a testament to this commitment. LGTI plays a pivotal role in this endeavor, and I urge the Institute to continue fostering the culture of sustainable practices among its students and the staff. All of us must work together in a cooperative manner to ensure that Tanzania and the world is safe environmentally by indeed adopting environmentally friendly solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a cherished tradition at LGTI to recognize the outstanding achievement of students through awards and accolades. These awards serve as an inspiration to future generations. I encourage LGTI to maintain this practice, embodying its motto, excellency that delivers. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I extend my deepest appreciation to all who have contributed to the success of this convocation, including Madam President, the Vice President, the organizing committee, and the Institute's management. Thank you for your dedication and hard work. God bless Tanzania. God bless LGTI. Thank you for your attention.
Our guest speaker, Dr. Kenneth Nzoa from the Tanzania Education Authority. Honorable discussants, Dr. David Bahati from the University of Dodoma and Dr. Joel Chongela from LGTI. Our special guests, Dr. Ladislaus Changa from the Tanzania Meteorological Authority and Professor Pius Yanda from the Institute of Resources Assessment of the University of Dar es Salaam. He is on his way. Directors, heads of departments, staff members, alumni here present, students, members of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Guest of honor, mine is to introduce our key speaker today, Dr. Kenneth Nzoa. And before I invite him to the podium, honorable guest of honor, allow me to highlight who Dr. Nzoa is. Honorable guest of honor, Dr. Kenneth Nzoa is an esteemed educator and expert in environmental studies with extensive experience spanning across various sectors. Working with the Ministry of Energy and Minerals and the Ministry of Minerals at Madini Institute, he has contributed significantly to the country's development in energy and resource management. Dr. Nzoa also served as a trainer at the Mineral Resource Institute at the University of Dar es Salaam, where he played a key role in shaping the education and training of professionals in the field of environmental management, mining, and mineral resources. Currently, as a senior curriculum developer at the Tanzania Institute of Education, Dr. Nzoa specializes in mathematics and environmental education, actively contributing to research consultants, curriculum design and development, and the promotion of sustainable energy practices. And his dedication make him a leading voice in the challenges and prospects of clean energy. Ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together for Dr. Kenneth Nzoa.
We know that many countries are setting ambitious clean energy targets to meet climate goals and to ensure energy security. We can only learn from others. Today, the country, we need not start afresh for some issues, because there are many countries that have adopted this clean energy. So if we get problems, sometimes we have examples away from our country that we can learn and say where to start in building our policies, institutional frameworks, and the other. Ultimately, before I conclude, let me say, I urge you today advocate policies that support clean energy. It is not me only, it is not someone else, it is you to advocate for policies that support clean energy. Invest in innovation solution. Educate your community about the benefits of clean energy. Everyone here, try to think, if you will go and educate only 2 people, how many people will get the knowledge of clean energy? Let us work together to turn these challenges to opportunities and ensure that clean energy drives local development, leaving no one behind. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Nzoa, our guest speaker, for your very enlightening keynote speech on adoption of clean energy. Now, I also welcome Professor Ushesha to continue with our schedule.
Honorable guest of honor, we have 2 discussants today who will guide us on the discussion on the keynote speech by Dr. Kenneth. And now allow me to introduce the first discussant, Dr. David Bahati. Dr. David Bahati is a PhD holder in physics, and he specialized in materials science and engineering. He is also a holder of Master of Science in Physics, and he holds also a master's of science degree from Switzerland. Currently, Dr. Bahati is a lecturer at the University of Dodoma, teaching physics courses, research, and consultants. He also serves as undergraduate project coordinator of the Department of Physics, coordinating all undergraduate physics projects, quality assurance coordinator of Physics Department, and coordinator of undergraduate studies of Physics Department at the University of Dodoma. He has publications on 2024, reading guided bone or tissue regeneration, bone regeneration applications, and manufacturing technology for bone tissue engineering. As he walks toward the podium, ladies and gentlemen, let us applaud Dr. Bahati.
Rector Dr. Ashala, President of this convocation, keynote speaker Dr. Nzoa, my fellow discussants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Probably it's after, yes. Okay, so thank you. As it has been discussed by the keynote speaker regarding the green energy, and also he gave kind of the definition what it is. I'll not just repeat the definition, but it's important to repeat it so that we go together. So what is green energy anyway? So as it has been defined by the keynote speaker, green energy simply refers to all sources of energy that emits no or little pollutants when they are in use. Okay, so what are they? He mentioned several. I'll go one by one. So talking of solar energy, for example, solar energy, wind energy, hydropower. So Tanzania is blessed with diverse range of renewable energies, resources, offering significant potential for sustainable development. Talking of solar energy, for example, we have abundant sunshine. Tanzania enjoys ample sunshine throughout the year, making it ideal for power generation. So we need to use this kind of gift that God has given us, the sunshine, throughout the year. Again, in the same source of energy, that is solar energy, if you go around the town and even in the remote areas, you will find rooftop solars. They are increasing every now and then. This is to show that people have awareness of clean energy. And it is very important to switch from the traditional use of the fossil fuels toward this kind of energy. So clean energy is simply in other way called green energy resources, or sometimes referred to as carbon-free energy sources. So there are also larger scale solar farms. Several larger scale solar farms, solar power plants are under development, aiming to significantly boost the country's renewable energy capacity. Coming to wind energy, we have coastal and island areas. Most of these kind of regions possess considerable wind energy potential that can be harnessed for electricity power generation. There are also wind farms. Several wind farms are in operation or under construction, harnessing the power of wind to generate electricity. So in other way, we can simply see that there is energy everywhere. We need to brainstorm and overcome all the challenges to harvest the energy. Hydropower energy. We are surrounded by numerous rivers that can be used to generate hydropower, for example, but also we can also build our own. Talking of larger scale hydropower project, major hydropower projects such as the Julius Nyerere Hydropower Station is contributing a huge amount of clean energy into the current national grid. We have also potential for geothermal energy. There are geothermal hotspots. Tanzania has identified several geothermal hotspots with significant potential for electricity generation. The keynote speaker has mentioned some. But there are also exploration and development going on to identify more other for the same. So ladies and gentlemen, where are we right now in the use or utilizing the green or carbon-free energy? A recent study by the World Bank found that, or claims that, Tanzania alone has a potential to generate clean energy of about 5,000 terawatt hour per year, which is equivalent to around 507,397 megawatts. It's a huge amount of energy. And take into consideration that current annual electricity consumption in our country is only about 100 terawatt hour per year, which is equivalent to 11,408 megawatts. So, as the keynote speaker said, that it's possible to get rid of use of traditional sources of energy just from the green energy, we can produce more than what we need as a country. Additionally, a study by International Renewable Energy Agency claims that Tanzania has potential to generate, just from wind, to generate wind energy of about 100 terawatt hour per year, which means if we sufficiently harness just wind energy is enough to power our country entirely as current. Remember that the current annual consumption is equivalent to what could be just generated from one source of green energy, and that is wind energy. Our country has gone so far, and I think is very committed to really push the agenda of green energy. Our government, lovely government, is pushing a lot from this. For example, talking from the Tanzania electricity supply company. If you go into their website, you will see that they have a list of short and long-term power generation projects. If you check a list of medium, for example, term power generation project that is expected to be implemented by June 2035, this information is found in their website. They plan to produce total power of about 5,437 megawatt. So this is total power regardless of the source. This could be from renewable energy, could be from non-renewable energy.
Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. And let me say a big congratulations for this special and historical day. I would like to start my remark by expressing my deep appreciation for being invited as IPCC, on behalf of IPCC, to participate in this important convocation, the 16th one. Just touching down from Gabon, where we had a very big Africa meeting, preparing for the coming IPCC meeting in Kuala Lumpur next week, where energy, clean energy, is one of the topical issues that we discussed there in Libreville, and we are going to discuss next week. So I really appreciate for this privilege to speak before you today. And I would try to draw linkage of what we are doing at IPCC with this very important theme that is being championed now by our President, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, the issue of clean energy. So where is the linkage between the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change and clean energy? The linkage starts back in 1980, where IPCC was established by the UNEP and World Meteorological Organization to provide the international community with the best available science about the risk posed by human-induced climate change. So that's where it started. And the major issue was that the international community saw that because of the increasing emission of greenhouse gases, the global temperature was increasing. So IPCC was established with an objective to provide assessment on comprehensive, objective, transparent, and open basis, the scientific, technical, socioeconomic information relevant for understanding the threat and risk posed by human-induced climate change, but also the impact, but also the potential option for adaptation and mitigation. So that is the role of IPCC, and that's why I'm here today, because there is a very strong connection of what we are doing here today and what our president is doing with the work of IPCC. So after 1988, when IPCC was established, in 1990, IPCC produced the first landmark report, the first assessment report of the IPCC that led to the establishment of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, the UNFCCC. So that is the history. And thereafter, in 1995, the IPCC produced the second assessment report that was very much connected to what we are doing today because it led to the establishment of the Kyoto Protocol. The Kyoto Protocol aimed at reducing emission of greenhouse gases to save the climate. And that's what we are doing here today. We are trying to find out the best mechanism of strengthening the utility of renewable energy to reduce emission and to strengthen adaptation and mitigation. And thereafter, in 2007, the IPCC was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, and Professor Yanda was one of the awardees of the Nobel Peace Prize for the best available science that it produced. And the connection that I would like to link with young people present here today is that in that 2007, IPCC established the IPCC Scholarship Program that was meant to strengthen the participation of younger and early career scientists, particularly from developing countries, in the IPCC process, to strengthen our participation in climate change science. And when I say in climate change science, it does not mean only natural science. It also includes social science. And we are talking in the morning with Professor Shesha about the role that the local government training institute can play in providing knowledge and information to IPCC by deep diving in the issue related to governance. And thereafter, after 2007, the IPCC produced this fifth assessment report in 2013-2014. The fifth, okay, I'm told to use a few minutes, so let me try to summarize. Though it's difficult. Okay. Let me forget about the history. So in the fifth assessment report was instrumental in informing the first ever global stocktake, and the sixth assessment report, and the seventh assessment. The fifth assessment report informed the Paris Agreement. So most of the issues that my colleague has been mentioning, they are related to the Paris Agreement back in 2015, after the IPCC produced the fifth assessment report in 2013-2014. And also, the sixth assessment report was instrumental in informing the Global Stocktake 1. And now we are embarking to produce the seventh assessment report that will inform the second global stocktake. So I would like to draw your attention to the work that we are going to do in the next 7 years at IPCC. After our election, and I'm privileged that we had a strong support and we were elected to provide leadership in the IPCC in my capacity as the Vice Chair of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change in July 2023, the work that we are doing very hard to make our country proud. So the product that will be produced in seventh assessment cycle start with IPCC Special Report on Climate Change and Cities. And I would like to draw your attention to that report. Because what we are doing, the research that we are doing on clean energy can inform that report. The report will be ready, will be out by 2027. Therefore, I call upon every one of us to consider contributing to that report. And because of short of time, let me just stop there and talk a little bit about the IPCC scholarship program, because we are here, and I would like to draw your attention to the opportunity that are existing in the IPCC scholarship program supporting research for early career scientists. So please explore the website and as much as possible, try your best to apply. Now, just few findings from IPCC 6 assessment cycle that are linked to what we are doing today on matters related to clean energy, adoption, future, but also the challenges. In the landmark report of the 6 assessment cycle, one of the key findings is that each of the last 4 decades have been successively warmer than any preceding decade since 1850. And this is because of emission of greenhouse gases. So that's why this initiative of trying to reduce emission of greenhouse gas is critical, and it's a moral issue to do. With every additional warming, the global status of extreme event will increase in terms of intensity and in terms of frequency. And I think you have been following our information that we are issuing at Tanzania Meteorological Authority. And I was telling my colleague that 2 days ago we started issuing a warning. And even yesterday we issued an alert that we are going to experience heavy rainfall in Dodoma and Singida. And I was telling Prof that you need to follow those information because that is exactly what is happening. Those kind of extreme events will increase with every increased emission of greenhouse gases, and that's the report that is telling us. The global surface temperature has already passed a level of 1.1, according to our RASMI report. So, in a nutshell, what we are saying, temperature is increasing because of increasing emission, and emission is keep on increasing. So, what are the future prospects in terms of clean energy adoption as per IPCC report? My colleague did a very wonderful job to talk through a lot of prospects but also challenges. I will just take 2. Energy access and equity. Energy access and equity is something that we see as a prospect for improvement, which will contribute into improving health because of reduction of pollution. But also the other issue is policy synergy. The clean energy that we are promoting has a very strong synergy with almost all the SDGs. If you talk of poverty, it is going to contribute. If you talk of health, it's going to contribute. So there is that synergy. I just wanted to draw your attention. The challenges, just 2 challenges. Equitable access might be a challenge to ensure that everyone have access to clean energy. So it's a challenge, it's an opportunity for us to think deep. What can we do to ensure that we address that challenge? But the other challenge is social equity, because we know a lot of people in Africa are employed in a number of industries related to fossil fuel. So once you do transition from fossil fuel to clean energy, what about the employment of those people? So this is something that we need to think deep and try to come up with a vibrant solution.
Best finalist female for NT level 6 again went to DTC Cecilia Alex Diamond. GPA of 4.6 for Cecilia. DTC. We have finalist best female NT level 8. This is Nasra Athman, main campus, 4.8. Nasra. We have best finalist male category, NTA level 4. This is Calist Gaimo. Calist. This went to main campus. Best finalist for male category, NTA level 5, went to DTC, and this is Rashid Iksama. March forward. From DTC campus. Victor, will you prepare yourself? We have best finalist male category NTA level 6 goes to Victor Urio, main campus, 4.7. Best finalist male category goes to, this is NTA level 8, Suleiman Daoud, 4.9. Amazing. Now we come to Royal Prizes, and this for directors. Director Bahati Mfungo, Director of Research Consultants and Short Course, and this goes to, and it was meant for students who did well into research, writing and publication. It went to Denise Victor. Honorable Christopher, we go to gold category. Biology Director, Dr. Yusuf Mashala. Number 1 went to non-degree category. There's students who are pursuing until level 4 to 6. And the bearer of the award is Victor Rio, 4.7. Another gold award went to degree category, NTA level 8, and this was grabbed by Daoudi Suleiman, GPA of 4.9, main campus. You can sit. You can sit. Maybe before I close off my event.
Hapo sawa, hapa kuna mazungumzo. CHUO na hivi wewe unazungumzia wanafunzi. Inaendelea kwa